A very good afternoon. Welcome to UBC Lunchtime News. I'm Maureen Babidie, and onto our first story. The National Resistance Movement has closed its head of offices in Kampala for 10 days as it undertakes the final phase of the voter verification exercise. According to the party's Secretary General, Richard Tadwong, the voter registry currently has 20.7 million voters, but this number is expected to decrease after the final verification process. He dismissed the figures circulating on social media as inaccurate. Tadwong made these remarks while addressing the media this morning at the party headquarters in Kampala.
This is to help us do our final work on the party register that we feel we are going to conclude by Wednesday next week. We are doing the final verification of the register. We are checking village by village, cross-checking names, cross-checking NIN numbers of our members, and making sure that the village code that we've put to every village is correct. So this final stage of the digitalization is very sensitive, and that is why we decided to close off the party head office to allow our team concentrate to do the final verification of the data that we collected. We are also using this opportunity to separate members who are below 18 from our membership register so that we remain with the voters register only for the party, because the voter register should have members who are from 18 years and above. But the data we had collected, we were collecting members from 16 years and above. So this exercise is also helping us to screen those below 18. We put them on a different profile, and then those from 18 and above will now form voters register for the party. Now finally, once we get that, we are going to synchronize this information with what the National Electoral Commission has, and so that we know how many of our members are registered voters in the country and how many are with the national identification card. So this phase of the exercise is extremely sensitive, and that is why we never wanted the public to be coming in and out, because we wanted to control the quality of the work we are engaged in. And this is the purpose of this press conference. We thank you so much, and very soon we are going to issue the party roadmap. There is a roadmap which has been circulating in the media and on social media. That is not correct. Today the Central Executive Committee is meeting to discuss the electoral roadmap for the party and the electoral guidelines. Then we shall officially invite the media and release the roadmap for the party officially.
In more news, the Auditor General Edward Akol has released a valuation report indicating $118 million as capital investments by Umeme to UETCL. The report was received by the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among. This is below the approved figure of a $190 million loan amount approved by Parliament to cater for the Umeme buyout. Last week, Parliament approved the loan to be secured from Stanbic Bank despite the absence of the valuation report by the Auditor General. Umeme concession agreement ends this month.
The LAA required the government of Uganda to audit the performance of the agreement, and as such, in accordance with Section 23 of the National Audit Act, Cap 170, I appointed Ms. Grant Thornton, Certified Public Accountants, to undertake the special audit on my behalf and report to me to enable me report to Parliament and other stakeholders. The special audit has now been finalized, and in accordance with Article 163 of the 1995 Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, as amended, I take this opportunity to present to you, Right Honorable Speaker, the special audit report for the end of the LAA between UETCL and Umeme Limited. I thank you for your attention.
We last had a sitting in the House. What was brought on the floor for approval, the loan which was brought on in the House, was $190 million. I am aware that the audit is completed and the approved amount that has come out of audit is about $118 million. So we should be able to pay what Auditor General is reporting, not the estimate that we were given. And as we made a disclaimer that day, that we shall only pay based on the Auditor General's report. And after receiving this report now, we are going to have this report laid on table this morning, and that will form a basis of the Parliament's document, and the payment should be done as per the agreement. I want to thank you so much, Auditor General, with your team, for the good work you're doing. We also want to thank ERA, the MD ERA, for supporting the Auditor General in providing all the required documents that are required to complete the audit. And we pray that as the distribution takes over, that we get better services. We really pray that we get better services. I want to thank you once more.
Now, traders and business owners in Kampala's industrial area are counting massive losses after heavy rains this morning triggered severe flooding, destroying businesses, properties, and even resulting in loss of lives. Take a look.
The heavy early morning downpour this Wednesday has left a number of businesses in Kampala and neighboring areas damaged. In industrial area on 6th and 7th Streets, traders are desperately trying to salvage what remains of their stock. Armed with buckets, water pumps, and even vehicles, they struggle to drain out the flood waters.
Water call in the morning around 7, and they told us our showroom is full of water. We had to rush here, as you can see. We are trying to move the water from inside to come out, but this is a sloppy type of setting. So the water at the extreme end has to be carried out. So we are just going to open the other side and start taking it out with a bucket. What's the cause? Bring things here, you assure them they can find their things. Now it's going to be our loss. All the customers who have their things here, they are going to complain. We have nothing to do apart from paying their loss. Please.
Bakaterezawo saawa eno bakaterezayo olwamba mashini zabadde mu mazzi
abadde ka display wona eri wansi saawa emwe kutuukidde wana amazzi gabadde mangi wajja mukasooke nkujjamu engoye mumaliza okujjamu engoye ndasooya mukiripa kino kyona ekiri mu kampuni kino ndasooya ekyavudde wano mali y'abasajja nonese era sente ezawonese tetumanya abasajja bategera tukola tutya. A big issue is about those people who build on the wetlands, because like what happened at Forest Mall today, it's irritating, it's bad. I think actually, me I'm calling Ugandans, if KCCA or NEMA cannot do anything, we should go by ourselves and break those structures.
Traders have condemned the slow pace of road construction that has worsened the drainage situation, triggering flooding in the city.
The roads, the blockages of the trenches, we have tried to unblock the trench has refused. We are fighting with water. I don't know what we are going to do. We are working on the road for the last 3 years. We have been, you see this road? They have been working on this road for 3 months now. They leave holes here, as you can see the whole road. They put holes, they do not cover. Now the trenches are blocked. We are suffering with water. This is a total loss.
What kind of contractors were given that work? It has been there, I think, 2 years. But nothing has taken step. They just turn the soil and leave it there. Because we thought they are solving the potholes, but instead they are putting soil on top, in the middle of the roads.
The floods have affected industrial area and also caused destruction in other parts of the city, including Bwaise and Chebando, leaving many residents stranded. Reporting for ABC TV, Helen Barbara and Jamil Sekaja.
Now, the Kawempe North Member of Parliament-elect, Luyimbazi Nalukola, has officially been sworn in at the Speaker's chambers. The ceremony was presided over by Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, and witnessed by Leader of Opposition, Joel Senyonyi, along with other parliamentary members. Details following this story.
Chambers. Accompanied by his father, wife, child and Leader of Opposition and other opposition members, Nalukola proceeded to the Speaker's chambers where the function was held. Without hesitation, Nalukola lifted the Holy Quran and took the oath of allegiance.
I, Luyimbazi Elias Nalukola, solemnly affirm that I will faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution, so help me Allah.
Speaker Anita Among assured Nalukola of her commitment to addressing the concerns of Kawempe North.
So from today, after swearing in, you'll be a member of Parliament, of the 11th Parliament, and you'll be entitled to all your benefits as a member of Parliament. And after this,
Nalukola thanked the people of Kawempe North for their unwavering support and promised to serve them with dedication and commitment.
Of Kawempe North constituents are so happy that their elected member of Parliament is now assuming his duty and ready to execute the mandate.
Nalukola urged Parliament to prioritize issues concerning Kawempe North, citing the challenges that the constituency has faced since the tenure of the late Mohamed Segirinya.
Speaker, it is my humble request that when the sitting resumes, I will be accorded an opportunity to communicate to Parliament and the nation about the state of affairs of Kawempe North constituency, which has not been represented substantively for so long, Madam Speaker.
when the House resumes, we will give you space. Because truth be told, they've not been represented for some time, because Honorable Segirinya was sick for some time, and they were deprived of representation. Welcome to 11th Parliament. Welcome to Parliament of Uganda, and may the good Lord bless you.
Elias Luyimbazi Nalukola won the March 12th by-election officially, succeeding the late Mohamed Segirinya, Lydia Chomkama, and Gloria Gutabinji, Parliament.
We'll now go for a short break and return with more news.
Kama nemo pocket, tambula body street, issues are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission, internet ambition, full condition. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. Oro cash is gone, netaga yo kaloni, nega mukafoni, money in the zone. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable.
With you and MTN together, our ambition is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable! Kama nemo pocket, tambula body street, issues are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission. Internet ambition, full condition. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. Oro cash is gone, netagayo kaloni, nyega mukafoni, money in the zone. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. We are good. With MTN. We are what? Unstoppable.
With you and MTN together, our ambition is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable.
Welcome back. You're still watching UBC Lunchtime News with me, Maureen Babidia. And now, Tororo District Council descended into chaos after a heated debate over allegations that Deputy Resident District Commissioner Albert Amula is involved in aiding the production and distribution of counterfeit cement in the district. The session, which was originally convened to pass the 2025-26 district budget, was abruptly cut short after Speaker Betty Sharia struggled to restore order amid escalating tensions. Take a look.
That Deputy Resident District Commissioner Albert Amula is involved in aiding the production and distribution of counterfeit cement in the district. This was after a district councillor, Patrick Omare, raised a motion under matters of national importance demanding the immediate transfer of Deputy RDC Albert Amula and Regional Police Commander Fred Ahimbisibwe. He accused the two, alongside other district leaders, of aiding corruption by enabling the production and distribution of counterfeit cement instead of combating it.
There's an allegation of the land transaction of Kayoro with the Indian Kanti of Simba Cement. The deputy RDC is being mentioned. There is currently counterfeit cement in Tororo, the sixth highest taxpayer company in Uganda. The deputy's name has been mentioned as among the shareholders, if not the proprietors or beneficiaries of the counterfeit cement. Madam Speaker, under Section 73, Local Government Act provides for the removal of the RDC.
Several councillors quickly stood up in support of Omare's motion, citing multiple instances of corruption allegedly involving the accused officials.
Recently, you heard about the saga of the cement, causing many deaths in the country. Many houses are collapsing and tarnishing the image of our industry. Madam Speaker, not only that, we have a failed compensation of those affected by transmission line.
However, councillors allied with the district executive strongly opposed the motion, arguing that there was insufficient evidence to implicate the accused officials.
There were rumors in this council. If you made a cocoon of your councillors to come and tarnish people's names, you're not going to accept.
No, for the first time I disagree with you. What we need to do, this is not a...
Thank you so much for that report. Now, surgeons from across Uganda gathered at Speak Resort Munyonyo for the annual Surgical Scientific Conference, aiming to tackle the country's growing surgical disease burden. The conference served as a platform for discussing challenges, sharing advancements, and strategizing on improving surgical care.
Uganda continues to grapple with a significant surgical disease burden. A 2014 national survey indicated that approximately 3.68 million Ugandans had unmet surgical needs, with 1.38 million requiring immediate treatment and 2.3 million needing consultations. Stroke remains a pressing issue, with a 30-day mortality rate of 38.1%, largely due to late diagnosis and limited healthcare access. The conference aimed to explore the solutions to these pressing concerns is the Uganda Surgeons Association Annual Conference. Here, the Permanent Secretary for Ministry of Health, Dr. Diana Atwine, urged the surgeons to develop comprehensive plans that outline their needs, utilization strategies, and anticipated outcomes. She assured them that the government would carefully review their proposals to allocate resource effectively.
Limping, we want to see this momentum built up, and we are available to support. Ministry of Health is available to support.
The president of the Association of Surgeons of Uganda, Professor Galukande Moses, expressed gratitude for the government support while emphasizing the challenges faced by medical professions.
One of them is to improve on the number of human resource, the number of surgeons, then infrastructure, then equipment. That makes the top three of our ask.
This event also highlighted the need for increased investment in healthy care infrastructure, training and policy development to enhance surgical care across the country. Bantu Machawe Semambo, UBC News.
Now, State Minister for Economic Monitoring, Beatrice Akello, has praised Makerere University for its effective utilization of funds and assured the government's continued support until the completion of the ongoing projects. Akello made these remarks during her visit to Makerere University, where she inspected the National Innovation Fund projects and assessed how government funds were being utilized.
Raised concerns about potential corruption.
That one placing a wrong project or a wrong activity into a different, because this is for science, technology and innovation. I didn't see any innovation there. So I'm seeing corruption tendency and connivance in that project of human capital development. That's why I've ordered for investigation. Then in terms of funds utilization, I have seen they're utilizing well, much as they're complaining that the time duration, you know, with research, innovations, it at times takes a lot of time. You progress, you go back, you progress, so it takes time. So at times, they need to be given some sufficient time to do their research and innovations and come out with products.
Some of the key projects funded include the development of iron nanoparticles as a substitute for chlorine in water treatment, as well as a solar-powered water pump.
So what we are doing basically is to replace the chlorine that is being used in water treatment plants with the iron oxide nanoparticles that we are developing. Additionally, these iron oxide nanoparticles will not only remove the microbial pollutants, but also other pollutants such as pharmaceuticals and other metals that are very common in our water systems.
She said government is committed to increasing funding for projects that are progressing well, but it will also investigate projects showing slow progress and withdraw funding where necessary.
Actually, that's why we are here to monitor. We need to isolate those projects that are already ready for commercialization so that government puts money, injects money into those projects. So government is going to fund such projects. And after all this monitoring, I'm coming up with a cabinet paper to present all these issues to cabinet, chaired by the president. And cabinet will come out with a decision on how to support these projects that are already ready for commercialization.
Winnie Ainembabaz Katwire for UBC.
Thank you, Winnie, for that report. The Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development intends to find modalities of making Umeme pay the outstanding total of 513 billion shillings accrued from power purchases. This was disclosed during the Transmission Company annual general meeting, where it declared profits of 82 billion Uganda shillings to the Uganda Electricity Transmission Company Limited. The 2024 UETCL AGM was presided over by the Minister for Energy and Mineral Development, Dr. Minister Ruth Nankabirwa. Take a look.
Transmission Company Limited has reported a profitability decline of 12.7 billion shillings to the depreciation of the Ugandan shillings against the dollar. The company declared 82.2 billion shillings as of the end of 2024 financial year, which is lower than that of the previous year of 2023, which was 94.9 billion shillings.
The company has been able to satisfy the Auditor General, who presented the Auditor General's report, which was not qualified. So there were not really major financial issues that have been referred back to the company for further explanation. So they had a clean report And as shareholders, we congratulated them.
With the expiry of Umeme concession by 31st, the transition company urged the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development to help in the recovery of the outstanding debt of 513 billion shillings from Umeme. This amount accrued from the power purchases.
And the reason for this is that Umeme has also complained that on their side, they've also not collected from certain government agencies. So it's an amount that has been outstanding. We've been pushing for it, and it's part of the monies that we are trying to make sure we collect during this closure period.
The annual general meeting of the Uganda Electricity Transmission Company Limited of 2023 to 2024 has revealed a significant performance in the coverage of the transmission to the West Nile and Kigezi sub-regions, with remarkable expansion of lines for power trade under the power pool arrangement.
Some of the projects are going to see power stability in this country because they'll be working on substations, like in Jeru substation. We shall be a substation to assist in power transmission in upstream.
To enhance reliability, the transmission company commits to construct more 3 cross-border interconnection facilities owing to the increased power generation within.
We continue with the expansion of the infrastructure that will see government get money through power trade, trading power with our neighbors, and also some of the projects are going to see power stability in this country.
The ministry continues to assure the public of power reliability even after the exit of Umeme from the power distribution circle. Komagum Rogers and Abdul Nasir Lubwama for UBC.
In more business news, government has announced a plan to revive Cooperative Bank. According to the Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, Mwebesa Francis, the revival will be within a period of 1 year. He revealed the development during the 2 days trade review conference happening at Commonwealth Resort, Munyonyo. Details follow.
The Uganda Cooperative Bank, founded in 1963, was closed by the Bank of Uganda in 1999 due to inadequate capitalization and insolvency. The Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives has revealed a landmark move to revive the defunct Uganda Cooperative Bank.
The Cooperative Bank will be in 2 sectors. We have already formulated something. Part of it will be a kind of a saving and the society. I mean, a part of a saving.
Minister Mwebesa says the Uganda Cooperative Bank's re-establishment is expected within a period of 1 year and will ride on the success structures of PDM and circles to enhance financial inclusion.
With our current program of parish development model, people will be able, it will be a bank of the people. But the biggest advantage is to help the ordinary person take a loan at the bank rate, which is the bank rate per annum.
The Trade Review Conference 2025 is the first of its kind since COVID-19 pandemic. The event aligns with Uganda's ambitious tenfold growth strategy targeting a $500 billion GDP. Economists argue that achieving this ambitious target requires not just market access, but sustained market presence in international trade.
We must make sure that we have what we refer to as market presence, not market access. Access is you are being given to sell. Presence means that you have gone through all the procedures, the standards, you have done the standards, you up the standards, the logistics are okay, and you have the quantities to be able to go to that market.
The event, organized by the Trade Ministry in collaboration with Trademark Africa and UK International Development, the event is meant to assess Uganda's trade progress.
But now we are seeing at Busia alone about 1,800 trucks only for trade per day. So this of course means that now we are having a new problem the time is receding again, but it's because the trade has increased.
Strengthening of value addition across key sectors is also seen as a critical pillar.
Yes, so value addition, of course, we need, we export, and our exports are mostly raw products.
Is mainly barriers of entry, whether tariff or non-tariff. And I think that is the main issue that we're facing as exporters.
Crispus Adinitwe, UBS News.
In our sports report, the Corporate Sports Network has witnessed its second edition with action at Makerere University Business School, Nakawa. Take a look.
The power of sports as a unifying factor has come to the fore during the second outing for the now ever eagerly anticipated Corporate Sports Network. It was hosted at Makerere University Business School in Nakawa with over 50 companies taking part in basketball and football. Football was in the two categories for those aged below 35 years, which is called the Comprehensive Normal Soccer, and the other being the 35+ category. In the Comprehensive Normal category, Case Hospital beat DFCU Bank 2-0, Vision Group beat Centenary Bank 1-0, while Hotel Africana defeated SGA Security. Uganda Revenue Authority that beat Damen Orange 1-0 leads the Comprehensive Normal Soccer tournament with 22 points after 8 games played. Uganda Breweries is second with 19, while third-placed Case Hospital has garnered 18 points. In some comprehensive 35+ games, Coca-Cola shared the spoils with Centenary Bank. Graphic Systems edged KCB Bank 1-0 and Stanbic Bank outclassed DTB Bank 3-1.
Starting next outing match in April, will be at former Games International School in Butalika, where our corporate will have the feel, because we keep on moving so that we cannot be incorporated in one environment.
In basketball, there were results for Post Bank, Centenary Bank, Uganda Revenue Authority, Case Hospital, Harris International, and National Social Security Fund. The Corporate Sports Network is a not-for-profit entity that started last year and is tasked with organizing corporate bodies into sports competition.
In more sports news, the Assistant Commissioner for Sports at the Ministry of Education and Sports, Sami Odong, has launched the 5th edition of Makerere University Run. The event, slated for 17th August 2025, is aimed at soliciting funds to continue supporting students with disabilities. Our reporter Vincent has more.
Eyo ye marathon kwegamba enzijuvu n'olwekyo ku luno njagala kuyita abantu mwena abaana baffe ab'e Makerere abasomerako wano ne families zammwe zonna ne mikwano gyamwe mujje wano e Makerere nga 17 August tulage Kampala nti Makerere weeri era tukola okukolera abaana baffe abagenda okubeera abakulembeze b'eggwanga lyaffe mujje mwena ku lunaku lwo.
Of course is encouraging all institutions to please think outside the box and innovate and come up with means of mobilizing resources to support their programs. And you know, by mobilizing resources, this is one of the means of mobilizing resources. Therefore, I only want to call upon all other universities to copy what Makerere is doing and come up with means for self-sustainability. This is the least I can say.
That the shop will be able to generate enough revenue, and one of the major things that we are looking at is to ensure that we have commodities that the university students can afford, because we believe that the biggest market is actually by university students who are in tens of thousands.
The needs of the students with a disability are a lot. There are a lot of things which we still haven't done. We have plans that we should have a vehicle that picks these students with disability from wherever they are and take them to their lecture halls. We don't have that yet. A lot of them are having to buy their own wheelchairs, and we still need much more equipment to ensure that the students can have a real good experience of the university. For example, we are going online for most of our teaching. Some of the equipment there will help them, but if we have a dedicated online studio for students with disabilities, so that for them, they just go there to attend these classes which are online, that will be a big contribution to our students. So we still need much more than what we have.
And that brings us to the end of our lunchtime news bulletin. I'm Maureen Babidia. From me and the entire newsroom, good afternoon.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.